Hey guys, Dr. Samir Islam here. So I want to touch briefly and talk about mental health and what's been going on with Naomi Osaka. Obviously, she is the very famous tennis player who withdrew from the French Open recently, citing her mental health struggles she has whenever she has to answer questions after a match. And I think this is a very important thing as us as healthcare providers to talk about because mental illness, depression, anxiety is such a common problem that we are seeing. And I think it's been exponentially elevated and gotten worse in the setting of COVID-19 in the past year. And I know that more and more people I am seeing both in my clinic and also that I know have a lot more anxiety, depression, just not feeling like everything is good with everything that's going on, all the stresses with the virus and just other things going on around the world. Now, Naomi Osaka mentioned that she's been dealing with waves of depression since 2018, and at times that has crippled her in terms of her getting prepared for a tennis match. And what I thought about this, I thought about, man, she is a super famous, extremely rich individual who has all the resources with her, but even somebody in her position can still suffer from severe anxiety, severe depression, and severe stress. It's very easy for us to put these athletes on pedestals, even actors, even, and see them as these people have all these sorts of resources with them, but despite those resources, they still suffer from some of the same anxieties that us as individuals can suffer with. Depression and anxiety is a real problem that so many people are struggling with, and that struggle unfortunately can lead to very significant consequences down the road. And it's very important that if you are feeling anxious, if you are having depression, if you are having issues with that, speak to your healthcare provider about this. We have tools that we can use to help out with people who have depression. We have options we can give, we have resources that we can do, and ways that we can really help out when it comes to this problem. I don't want my patients to suffer alone when it comes with this, and nor does any other doctor that takes care of you. I applaud Naomi Osaka for taking that brave stance of trying to take care of her health and realize, hey, talking to people after a match or before a match is the trigger that brings on the anxiety, which can make things a lot worse for her. And even though she had to withdraw from the French Open, sometimes you have to do what's right for your own particular health, especially when it comes to mental health. Mental health is one of those things that we cannot physically see. So obviously, if I have my hand cut off or broken, you can see my hand being cut off. But if my mind is not acting correctly, if my mind is broken, if I have issues that I'm struggling with or dealing with, I'm the only one that can sense that and know what's going on, and I can't show that to somebody else. And if you are ever in a situation in which this brings up a lot of anxiety and depression for you, sometimes you have to take a role in taking a step back, protecting yourself and protecting your mental well being to allow yourself to get away from that environment, but also to help out with some of the triggers that can lead to anxiety and depression and things like that. She's not the only famous athlete to do this. Michael Phelps did this a couple of years ago where he talked about some of the anxiety and depression he had after his Olympics. Other basketball players like DeMar DeRozan or Andrew Love, they have talked about their struggles they've had with anxiety and depression as well. And so I think we're getting more and more acceptance of what is a real struggle for millions of individuals and millions of people out there. And I'm very happy that we're getting this out in the open now. So, a couple things I want to leave you with. Number one, if you are having issues with anxiety or depression, speak to somebody. Speak to a friend, speak to a counselor, speak to your healthcare provider, speak to your doctor, but speak to somebody. Let us know what is going on. Number two, know that you're not alone. There are millions of people out there who are having issues as well, and so don't feel like you have to take on this struggle or burden by yourself. Know that there are people out there who have gone through what you have gone through, understand what you have gone through, and also may have the means to help you out. Number three, if you are in a situation in which you are having a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, or you're in a situation which brings you a lot of just fear, you may have to take yourself out of that situation and come to realize that being around those people, being in that environment may not be the best thing for your mental well-being. Guys, I wish you guys to be safe, wish you guys to be happy. I want to thank you for allowing me to have this platform to talk about what is going on in the world. And I hope you guys have a happy and healthy day. Take care, everybody.